Hi, this is Plate Glass Armor, and welcome to episode 12 of the Mars Exploration Team Tournament. This is the big round for round 3 between the two current first place contenders, Pendaelose V6 Dragonfly and Hollio's Chestburster team. Let's begin. The Dragonfly immediately trying to climb for altitude, and the Chestbursters warping in. One of them immediately getting some of its blocks smashed off, but not enough to kill it. It looks like the Dragonfly has decided to fire primarily rapid-fire shots when the chestbursters are close by. So far, they're struggling to close in on it. The Dragonfly doing fancy maneuvers, flying backwards to aim at its opponents while it's recharging its particle cannons. Oof! A important hit there for the Dragonfly, smashing off much of its right side. It's going to be difficult to recover from that, since it's now missing considerable amounts of its firepower. I think it's down to only 2 particle cannons. It does not take long for those chestbursters to smash through things, and with those 2 particle cannons having their lenses sheared off, it looks like the Dragonfly is currently out of weapons. It can technically repair, but it's going to struggle to do that with the chestbursters in at close range. Its best bet right now is to flee at full speed and hope that it can repair enough of its weaponry to fire at the chestbursters again. That, and hope that the chestbursters smash into each other. Managing to just barely dodge between them there. It got a few blocks knocked off, but it looks like some chestbursters had a large collision there, totally removing one of them from play. 2.5 minutes remain. Currently, the chestbursters are winning, but not by that much. Only 15% health, and the Dragonfly is repairing over time. Managing to sneak through the poor detection of the chestbursters. Oh, that's another important hit, though. Looks like several parts of the particle cannons and the entire left side of thrusters. Yep, it looks like it's all over for the Dragonfly. One more hit and it will be below the despawn threshold. There we go. That's despawn threshold for the Dragonfly. So despite managing some good damage on many of the chestbursters, round 1 goes to the chestbursters. Give it a minute to load all 10 chestbursters. And let's begin round 2. And warp in closer, with the Dragonfly managing its good early hits, smashing off 8% and 4% of two different chestbursters. In a straight line, the Dragonfly is faster, but the chestbursters can't be left behind for long because they do have warp rods. Another good hit on one of the already damaged chestbursters. This will be a game of keep away. If it can successfully avoid hits for the first part of the match, it can slowly whittle down the chestbursters' numbers. The biggest limitation for the chestbursters right now is mostly their detection. So long as the Dragonfly can avoid flying through the swarm and can keep moving, it has a good chance of dodging the chestbursters. Getting several good shots off, and still pristine at 100% health. Round 2 is being much more favorable for the Dragonfly. You can see that the chestbursters slowly lag behind as I believe a wireless detector is their only detection component, and that has a relatively slow refresh rate, which means that it's several seconds before the chestbursters can get new data on where the Dragonfly is. Still managing its perfect streak of avoiding damage. The chestbursters are only at 95% health, so they haven't actually taken that much damage, but I do believe 2 of them are currently on the ground. Yep. And the remaining ones are burning through their materials quite quickly. Well, a few of them are. 2 minutes remain. So far, it's looking good for the Dragonfly. Oof, crushing blow there. Managed to totally rip one of the chestbursters in half. Almost no blocks survived that. It brought it down to 15% health in one blow. I believe that was a full 30-second recharge on the particle cannon there, allowing for a devastating hit. It looks like there are still 7 chestbursters in the air. But with 1 minute remaining, they're going to have to catch up soon in order to deal damage. And another chestburster out of the match. Although I think this one was one of the ones that was grounded, so there are still 7 in the air chasing it. Good hit there on one of them, managing to smash off one of the sides. 30 seconds remain. If the dragonfly can just avoid damage for a few more seconds, it will have a perfect victory for the second round. There we go, that's time. So at 1-1, this is still a very close match. Give it time to load in all 10 chest bursters again. And here we go with round 3, the deciding round on which opponent will take the #1 spot in the tournament right now. The dragonfly wants to avoid flying through that cloud of chest bursters as much as it can, because that was when it was taking the most damage during the first round there. As the chest bursters slowly tumble through the air, catching him. Looks like the dragonfly has pretty good prioritization for choosing to prioritize gaining altitude when it's starting to get low. Switching to rapid fire there, it deftly dodges between several of the chest bursters, and it's slowly chipping away based on its rapid fire particle cannons, with block confetti raining down all over the Martian surface. None of the chest bursters are totally DQ'd yet, but several of them are missing quite a few blocks. Right now it looks like there's only 5 chest bursters still in the air, so half of them have been laid out. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, and they're not moving or contributing. So probably they're missing their steam jets. Now, if the dragonfly has enough prioritization on movement and altitude, it will generally avoid wasting its particle cannon shots on the immobilized chest bursters. But if it's on whatever's closest, then some of those powerful long recharge shots will be wasted on chest bursters that are no longer contributing to the fight. And after getting totally smashed, there's another 2 chest bursters that are no longer contributing. With 2.5 minutes remaining, the dragonfly is once again pulling ahead, although it does not take very long for chest bursters to regain their lead if they can just contact the dragonfly. Four remain, and 2 minutes left. The dragonfly can hold on for a little bit longer, it's going to manage a perfect reversal from the first round there. From being absolutely decimated by the chest bursters in the first round, it's going to manage to pull off a perfect victory for round 2 and 3 if it can survive for 1 more minute without getting hit. good hit, but on one of the chest bursters that was already immobilized. Looks like only 2 of them are still in the air. The dragonfly might actually win based on knockout, more so than just avoiding damage. If it can take those 2 out in the remaining 30 seconds, it will have immobilized all of the chest bursters. With opponents littered all along the ground, and it's occasionally taking shots of opportunity against them, totally blowing them to pieces. And there we go, tying. Congratulations to Pendaelose with his fancy flying dragonfly.